We are back in Tableau and we have a graph here. And this is back to our student response survey data. And we've got a bunch of students in college who have responded to a survey, and we have them broken up by year. Now, the way we specified the relationship was that we have the year up here and the number of student records being the y-axis. And I didn't actually do anything to choose that this is the way that it just came up. In fact, what happened is that Tableau initially started this with the automatic. This automatic marks thing basically says that to Tableau, try to read my mind, which might or might not work. In this case, it decided that it was going to make a bar graph, but it doesn't have to do that. Now, to demonstrate the power of this marks pane, we're going to do a few things. So first off, we might want to add some information about gender in this. And I have gender up here as a categorical variable. And one of the things that I could do is I could add it as a color to this so that we'll break these bars up by gender. And so to do this, we just take our gender variable and I drag and drop it right onto color. And now you see that we now have a stacked bar chart where we have the number of females, the number of males, and they are different colors, this blue and the orange. And this is pretty straightforward. Now I could switch the order of these things. So I could move gender up to here and year over to color. And this changes the look of the graph. Now we have bars for male and female, and then the colors represent the year. And just by dragging or dropping my variables onto the individual locations, I can change the way that this graph looks. Now, the other thing that I can do is I don't have to deal with this automatic. There's a bunch of different other things that I could do. And one of the things that I could do is I could do a circle or a pie graph or text or shapes or just about anything. But let's talk about how to do a pie graph. Now, by default, this pie graph, it requires some information about the angle. And this angle has to be a continuous variable. So this is sort of how I'm going to proportion up my pie. And the way we actually want to do this is we're going to actually use the number of observations to be the pie. And here we have the number of females, first year, sophomores, juniors, seniors. And likewise for males, we have first year, sophomore, juniors, seniors. And if we get rid of gender, the way I do that is I grab it and I just drop it over here where it doesn't have any place, and that'll get rid of it. And now we have a pie graph that just has our raw counts by gender. So I can go and change the way we represent the individual relationships by whatever is inside this little marks pull down. We can do circles, and this will give us, in this case, we don't have any x and y variables, so we probably ought to change that. So let's put year as the x-axis and my y-axis to be down here, and this gives us a point, which is the number of observations per year, which isn't that useful. But just because we can do something doesn't mean we should. But Tableau gives you this possibility of messing around with the way the data is displayed.